Welcome, everyone, to episode 8 of Dorian Destination Podcast. I am Franco, and this is
Shannon.
And we are your neighborhood-friendly travel advisors.
There we go. All right.
Yeah. Well,
So this is episode 8.
episode 8, and we're going to talk about the myths and truths about certain destinations, which is an interesting one. We have a great wine, a cab that we want to hit up. It's again another one from Napa Valley. Napa Valley is killing it.
Napa.
And then I don't know if you guys are aware of dupes, destination dupes, and what that is basically the alternative to certain destinations that you could go to
That are overpopulated.
overpriced, and you could have the same experience.
There you go. Let's do it.
And we have a Dorian Expedition surprise in this episode.
Let me guess. It's not in my notes.
It's not in your notes.
Okay.
All right, so here we go. Let's start it off.
All right. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's
Let's
do
go,
it. Let's
Shannon.
bust
go,
these
Shannon.
myths open.
Let's bust them. All right, myth number 1. You ready?
Yeah.
Paris is always romantic.
I think it can always be romantic. The only problem is the 1,000 other million people there who also think it's romantic. It's really overcrowded, but it's so pretty.
I agree. I think it can be romantic if you have the right patience and the right frame of mind, but it is very chaotic. It's overcrowded and it's a little bit gritty. It's gotten a little bit gritty.
Yeah, it has, but I think the charm is still there.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's not areas, I should say, different seasons that might be less crowded, but it is beautiful.
Yeah, it is. It's one of the most beautiful cities in the world. You can't deny that. But I think, this is what's happening is that and we've mentioned this several episodes. I just feel like the over tourism is becoming a thing. And this is why we have segment 3. But do you know in 2023, over 44 million tourists visited Paris?
Oh my God.
Yeah, so that's again, over tourism, I think could really, really hinder your romanticism of Paris.
There's always protest stuff and
Really?
strikes.
They're very laid back.
But there's other areas, I think like besides Paris, outside of Paris, I
Yeah.
think there's one of my favorite, Monet. You can go to his house and you can see where he painted all his beautiful water lilies. There's other things to do that's outside of Paris.
Yeah, outside of Paris, definitely. Like Mount Saint Michel,
Yeah.
Versailles.
What?
Versailles,
yes.
Yeah.
Really pretty.
Yeah, it's. I mean, France is just a gorgeous, gorgeous country, and the French are very, very unique. So yeah, I love Paris. I mean, I love France overall. So I think Paris is great. It's probably like a must-do from everyone to travel, but there is other things to see in France that it's not just Paris.
It's funny. I have to say this. I've been to Paris several times, and we had a layover unexpectedly. And we should put this little clip inside here. It was really cute. And I did not realize the impact Paris had. Everyone has this iconic, the Eiffel Tower and what have you. And we got stuck there on Thanksgiving. And we had a day, literally one whole day. Instead of staying in the hotel by the airport, we opted to get a hotel right in the city center. And our little one, mind you, we all we had was our plain clothes. We had no suitcases, nothing. And when we got to the Eiffel Tower, which I had seen over 20 years, I have been into Paris at least 7 times. So when we got there, and my husband's been there as well, and when we got there, I not that I didn't think it was a big deal, but I had seen the Eiffel Tower again, and our little one went nuts, and she's like, "Can you believe it? I'm here, like under the Eiffel Tower." And I didn't even think it was a thing for her, and she was probably the most excited. So that was really cute.
It was one of my favorite Paris moments. I'm not gonna lie. Her enthusiasm to see Paris. So can it be romantic? Yes. Is it overcrowded? 100%. Can that diminish your romanticism? Yes. But guess what? We saw it with our little one, and that
was nice.
Yeah, that touched my heart. So yeah, it's still there. Okay, this is a good one. Myth number 2. Italy is only about pasta and pizza.
No way, Jose.
Mm-mm.
No way.
No way. It's about a lot of pasta and pizza.
No, but there's also, the culinary belt, which has Morena, which has the balsamic, Parma, which has all the Parmesan cheese. There's so much other experiences there, truffles. So I think that's important to say that it's beyond just pizza and pasta. And honestly, the only pizza that you're going to get that's the best is going to be in Naples.
Naples, yes. But I will say Northern Italy is known for their polenta, risotto, and alpine cheeses.
Yum, yum, yum,
Southern Italy is known for their fresh seafood, spicy nagionda, which I can't even pronounce.
And eggplant dishes, which is my favorite.
Which I'm not an eggplant guy.
He says that, but he eats it.
I know. So crazy fact. Italy has over 300 types of pastas, over 500 cheeses, and over 20 wine regions.
Yes.
That's insane. So you want diversity in cuisine? I think Italy's
I know, but we're like so biased.
Super biased. So I should have prefaced this segment with Italy's like our jam. So yeah, and my stomach and my gastrary system is all about Italian food.
Yeah. So
and Sicily.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to talk about that.
I kind of want to talk about that. So yeah, go.
Yeah,
go,
but hold
please.
on, because it says Sicily's conscious tradition. So I'm not sure what is that because
they roast suckling pig. That's what they do.
Okay.
So it's different vibes from Napoli, for example, which is not too.
No,
too far.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You know that's couscous.
What do you mean? It's couscous.
Sicily's couscous tradition and Sardinia's roasted suckling pig.
Yeah, so they have. What do you mean roasted suckling pig? Like I'm Cuban, I eat pig.
I know. I just don't want to see it. Like.
Yeah, but it's succulent.
Like, just don't let me look at it.
Whatever. So you throw a little couscous on there and you're good. You're Sicilian.
We should talk about the Veneto region and how they eat horses over there.
So I think our point is made. I think Italy has a diverse set of food. It's not just pasta and meatballs and yada, yada, yada.
No, best food ever. Everything.
Yeah. So here we go. Are you ready for this next one? This
one's,
I'm excited to do
so
this,
ready.
by the way. Africa is just safaris and deserts.
Okay. No.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not, people. Africa has 54 countries, thousands of cultures, and a spectrum of landscapes, meaning you have everything in Africa, really, because it's one of the biggest continents in the world, and it is excessively diverse. I think, obviously, the popular thing is safari, desert, the Jurassic Park guy, whatever, with the hat. But no, it's a lot more than that.
Cape Town?
Yeah, Cape Town. Do you know that the NUWTO, according to them, Africa's tourism grew by 96% from 2022 to 2023. That is amazing.
After COVID, I think so many things opened up. And at the end of 2021 is when traveling really started booming again. Hence why 2022 and 2023, the spike really went up.
But I love to see that number, especially in Africa, because I think Africa, like we always talk about,
get that money.
Yeah, and to make the money, but it's Africa is like Africa. I just feel like it's a continent that always gets overlooked, and you have Antarctica that probably gets a lot more tourism because of the ice glaciers in Europe, but Africa is phenomenal.
Morocco, which you have no idea, is like right up on the very, very top. If I don't get there in the next year, I will lose my mind. But it's known for its mountains, deserts, ski resorts, imperial cities. I mean, the absolute amazing spices, everything about it is just so. That is like hint, hint, hint. If I don't get there within the next year,
we're going to Morocco. All right. So next myth.
Yep, let's go.
You ready for this?
I'm ready.
The Caribbean's only beach vacation.
No way. I don't know.
It's not. You know that Dominicana, okay? You have, there you go. The Dominicana is called the nature island for its top ecotourism spot. And Puerto Rico, the Central Mountains, have been one of the best hikes.
And coffee.
And coffee tastings in this part of the world, which is phenomenal. Jamaica has
which is my favorite.
Yeah, has over 120 rivers.
Yeah.
Plus reggae culture, obviously, man.
Waterfalls and culinary tours. So, and their coffee's great too.
Yeah.
I really want to say that. And I've done many of their rivers where we've gone in the bamboos, like they look like rafts, but they're made out of bamboos, and then you go down the river. And I've done that several different times, which is amazing. They have tons of hiking, waterfalls.
And ziplining. Ziplining is pretty big in all those islands down there in the Caribbean.
I can totally see that.
Yeah. And do you know that UNESCO, right? You do have my notes. Love it. UNESCO reported that the Caribbean heritage tourism, so in other words, it's not beach tourism. It's not like let's go jet ski and whatever, but the actual heritage, the cultures of these islands are surpassing and growing faster than the actual beach tourism.
I can see that,
which is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
I think there's like a little tone here, like the African continent and the Caribbean cultures. Like it's a very underrated, exposed travel, and I think that's something that I'm glad that the numbers are spiking.
I hear you.
Do you?
I totally
do. You? Because you look like you kind of zoned out there for a second. Is it the wine?
Could be.